So I actually just texted Ryan during that, right? I said, your mom nailed this. Laugh my ass off. He goes, what? He had no idea it was playing. And he goes, bro, I thought you meant you banged her. I was like, Jesus Christ, bro. Yeah, but that was, she fucking spot on. That was fantastic. That was good. That was good stuff.
Oh, man. That was a lot better than what I had envisioned.
I hope one day we can release your whole interaction.
No, I think so. Because
That was
like,
good to watch
both
live.
mine and Henry's like segments compared to what was, well, you know, it was great.
Yeah, I'm glad they left out all the
Mwah.
stuff that did happen.
It was
There was a lot of editing.
Yeah,
it was
that
very
was great.
tasteful.
They're
It was
very
very
generous.
tastefully
Like,
done.
the stuff
Yeah,
they did after
I am.
that.
I
Okay.
approve of this video.
That was fun.
Shout out to Freak's mom, by the way. She was
That was like,
fantastic.
she killed that. That was
Yeah,
really
she
good.
absolutely
Yeah.
killed
Really
it.
good.
Mamazoid?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mamazoid.
absolutely.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen, Slime does all the interview like videos and all the past summits. She kind of nailed that same style too.
Yeah, she
like
did.
that like awkward humor.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I'm gonna let you take this. There's you can watch all those on the BTS YouTube channel.
Oof.
That was, yeah.
Well, gentlemen,
We survived. We survived.
I can barely
Yeah.
hear you.
Well, gentlemen, what have we got next?
We do have Liquid in the Renegades.
It's a big deal.
A lot of basketball.
That is
got played,
apparently.
so-
Yeah, well, you were here on the desk, but yes, Henry, this game is a
Apparently
big deal.
They can do it.
They could do
Renegades
it.
could 2-0 them, and they could.
No. Let's not start talking like that.
Well, we had Kassad on the desk here, just talking about it, and like, even for them, right? Even Kassad, he does agree that they've been playing really sloppy this tournament, but there's a lot of things that it really shouldn't be happening, and if they can fix those small little kinks heading into Liquid, I actually do think we might have a series on our hands.
No, for sure. And they're feeling pressure. I mean, Liquid were very upset because they dropped 3 games early on. They're only 3-3, right? Or they play they didn't play their matches
No,
today. They only played 6 in
4
total.
yesterday.
4 yesterday.
Yeah, 2 on
the
the
first
first
day. Yeah, so yeah, 3-3. Which means if the Renegades take them 2-0, then there's still a chance that that Renegades could get through instead of them, which would be a crazy upset. So a very important match coming up.
I don't
Yes,
think,
indeed.
I think Liquid's going to be just fine. I mean, they actually have 2 big series this whole day. I mean, there's this one, but I mean, you also have to put in the context they play NRG next, which are both dangerous teams, right? Like, that's pretty crazy. But, I mean, it all depends, because if we get Liquid what we got on the first day, I think they're
Yep.
going to steamroll. If we get
Well-
Liquid we got on the second day, they're going to have some struggles.
Yeah, yesterday there were some trips and stumbles around. And
A lot of trips and stumbles.
It wasn't a good look from Liquid, especially with 16-3, right? So
Yeah.
that one was rough to just follow along.
And one of the maps they lost was Nuke as well, right?
Yes. They got smashed on it. That was
What,
Vitality that banged them out.
Well, what went wrong there? Did you watch
I did. I'm trying to remember.
it? Right.
Listen.
I was not on the desk,
here's
so
the thing.
I have that as an excuse.
No, it's
Well, that was like when we first saw Vitality do really good work with like their outside plays and someone getting into vents, and they caused a lot of like chaos on. And then individually they just looked very, very off that game as well.
Yeah.
There was some very uncharacteristic lost fights, lost duels.
They definitely look lost. They look so out of position so many times, or even in position and not be able to hit shots. It's like they wouldn't react. It's literally like they just woke up, right? So
Well, that was the 9 a.m. game, yeah, right.
it had to.
That
yeah,
was
makes
that was their excuse also, right? Even though it's not an excuse, but it was an excuse. It was too early in the morning.
sense.
Yeah.
Is that a Prince Albert?
Whoa.
It's not bad.
That's
Pretty good.
best joke he's done. Best joke he's done all week. Bloody hell. He's got something.
Something in the tank.
Something there.
Here we see the
pretty
maps,
good.
by the way. So Team Liquid picks Nuke, and then Renegades picks us too.
Confidence not shaken.
Not at all. What do we think? What do we think about this one? If the Mirage game did not happen with Renegades, I would just had Liquid go 2-0 here. But I actually think we did see at least a little bit of light in the tunnel there on the Mirage, that they actually could potentially show up here.
The wheels have been greased too. I mean, at least if say Renegades are the underdog potentially, well, they played 2 maps today, whereas Liquid are coming in a little bit more dry. So
A little bit cold, yeah.
they-
Ain't nobody coming in dry
Yeah, I was
after
gonna
the
say.
basketball I just witnessed outside. with
Sui and
nice
Sui
Oh,
and
they got the
Nitro
blood
have been-
flowing?
They've been shooting some hoops for about 2 hours
Dude,
now.
Stu's
Okay.
out there just sweating bullets.
Yeah,
So,
they just played a nice little 2-on-2.
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, who did it play?
James IRL, and I'm not sure the other gentleman's name.
It's one of the shuttle
Any
drivers.
donations?
Um,
No donations.
no, it's none of that.
No
It was just
donations.
a
It was
pretty
all for
standard.
pride.
Oh, okay, okay. Who won?
I don't know, actually. That's a
I'm
really
pretty
good
sure
question.
it's
Well done.
Stu and them. did.
I was watching from afar. I wasn't really keeping score.
That's fair enough. Fair enough.
pretty sure Stu and Nitro did.
Mm.
Even if they
Shooters.
didn't, we'll never know. So
Yep. Either way, moral of that story is at least
Back to
2 of
the
the 5 are warmed up.
Yeah.
2 of the 5 are warmed up.
they were just running around like madmen. So you have to realize the blood's flowing now, right? So,
Yeah.
so Chick-fil-A was banging. Today's been overall fantastic. Like I love being in Los Angeles for a couple different reasons, and the weather is certainly one.
Could you
What's the
go
other
through
one?
your top 3?
Yeah, what would be the top 3 reasons?
Top 3. Okay, so You got Chick-fil-A, whatever. That's not even really a reason. I'll just give you that
A
one. It's a
restaurant that
freebie.
sells chicken.
Hey, can you Peanut Gallery, please?
They also exist outside of LA.
Yeah,
so
just to be
there's
clear.
Okay, the weather's nice.
that. Okay, there we go.
Direct flights to LAX and
not
to
bad.
anywhere else.
It's pretty good.
And also, Koreatown is fucking lit.
It's so lit. All right.
Y'all got any more?
Also have Koreatown and a lot of other cities. So, yeah, it's good.
It's the way the mic hits the floor here.
Just
It's like,
throw that in.
by the way.
Anyway,
Jesus Christ.
love you, man.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no.
We're off this game.
Yeah, we are.
This game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
no.
just.
I think I'm not bringing anything.
Hey, if
to
you
the
guys go to the
kinda messing
store or
with the
anything,
vibe,
if they go to the store or anything, you're going to the store, right?
game. Where do you want me to go to?
Yeah.
There's like an Exxon down the street. It's like a gas
Sorry,
station.
what?
I just want some Gatorades.
Gatorade.
Gatorades.
Some in the fridge over there. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, actually, it's only Monster.
Sorry, man.
Only Monster. All right. Well, now that we've got
Speaking
that
of
out-
which, just as an update, we do have all 10 on the server now.
So
waiting
what's
for
happening?
this, yes, waiting for this game to finally go live. And that's all I have.
you're in good form today.
I'm really cracking it today, I feel like.
You nailed it right there.
yeah,
It's
do we have any...
this is a Katowice level
Okay.
major performance.
yeah, really just in the shitter.
What we were talking about in the first game, so it was before you guys showed up, we were talking about your whole theory, Fifth, that if you came back, Nuke would actually be the stomping ground.
So I was wondering about that, because I did
Well,
get
we
a
were also wondering.
Yeah,
about
okay,
it,
so I got a tweet this morning of a guy saying, like, Fifflaren, what the fuck are you talking about? You garbage. And I was like, did he just see this segment today? And then obviously makes sense now that you brought it up again.
Well, he's just been drafting it for a while, right? He's been,
Yeah, he
should
took
I
his-
hit
took his
sand?
time with it.
No.
I'm kind of scared. Fifflaren, kind of look up to him.
Listen,
so-
all I'm saying is, and I said this yesterday too, is I think that there's a lot more to be desired on Nuke.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think
Okay.
that
Yeah.
it takes a very specific kind of.
Listen, I agreed with you. I think you coming back could make Nuke 10 times the better map. The other maps are the ones that would suffer. Nuke.
Nuke, and I
The
mean,
other
obviously,
six.
let's not talk about Mirage, because obviously that's out the window.
Yeah, it's
here
a
in
permaban,
second.
easily.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You guys don't love playing Mirage all the time?
That's
every single day,
the one
all
map
time?
that's still the same map from when you played.
Well, when we first started playing, it was
Yeah.
Mirage CE, and
Yeah.
then they after they updated to the new Mirage, we never really played it.
Oh wow, okay.
We never really played it all too much.
It was
that's
like
not
a
veto.
permaban.
Yeah.
We banned
Okay.
that shit for years.
Yeah, fuck
Well,
that
we are
map.
out to the
Anyway.
races. Yeah, they're crossing
On to
outside. No
Nuke.
smokes on board. Lias gets dinged from afar. Naf is also taking a bit of damage. And it looks like he's still on patrol back to outside. I don't know if they'll come back up here, but it seems like they've now committed to lower. Bomb on the back of a T player in control, and Jacob bouncing around looking for where his first fight might come from. He's made a couple of good guesses. USP shots are not doing him any favors, and he's almost out of ammo. A good bit of damage dealt, but that's not going to make Smooya's job much easier.
It's not going to make it anything more than impossible, really. He's also getting flanked out, so this round is, unfortunately, it's over.
It is. Even an optimist would say so. And Renegades, again, we'll see. They buy right down to 0. Azer's the first person to pull the trigger. He's got the CZ nades up, and Jacob, he's been mag 7ing upstairs most of the rounds, even if
Okay.
they have full buys, so
Yeah.
that's something to note. It's a great way to save money. It's a great way to make money, and I think it results in just more buys overall, especially if he gets 1 or 2 kills, or if he just like
That's been
lives.
a discussion, hasn't it? Like since like the opening days of Duke, if like it's worth it to have someone, even if he has the money, just go shotgun up top and like be like your bank that you can drop to other teammates and everything.
Hiko made a really good case for that, like him with a noob tube on top of the hut.
Yep.
He round after round.
Yep.
Yep.
Just it seems like it can be the best weapon sometimes too.
It's just teams nowadays are way too good at going away from you and forcing you to rotate with a shotgun and putting you in like an awkwardly ranged fight. So I think that's the biggest reason why it just doesn't work these days.
some good Molotovs as well to threaten a lot of the spots upstairs.
Well, even with that auto shotgun, right? So you go through a door. Let's say you're going through Squeaky. You lose like 1 guy, 2 guys, but it's just that sound that's just reverberating.
It's an intimidating sound, isn't it?
I really think it kind of throws people off.
You don't want to be the next dude in line. That's
yeah,
for sure.
and especially when you just get your head taken, right?
So Smooth's going to pull his rotate down lower. They've got info quick, and they're acting quick, which is really important. Adjustments are everything here on the CT side, and he'll take a very precious angle here to the right side of the bomb site. Smoke for control. If he drops it too late, it'll be understood where it came from, which threatens his spot. And I'm not sure how much help he has. You can see 3 CTs above him. Now, we notice as the other smoke comes through, they can lock out the bomb site for at least a few more seconds.
yeah, but they still only have 2 players down here.
That's the big problem.
That's the
isn't it?
danger. And Renegades, I don't think, knows the numbers of how many are here, so it's hard for them to like really commit the bodies to it. You might as well. on a round like this, though.
Just a quick gamble, it feels like, for sure. They've got one dedicated, that's Muya, but they've even re-smoked control. So really threatening Liquid's position. I'm sure they're thinking about how they could get back upstairs if they needed to, but it doesn't feel like they're going to commit to that. Elige will open up, though, and relieve some stress with that opening kill on JKS. Smuya is still on watch here from this spot. Could have a very pivotal kill if he does take the liberty of peeking. Nade coming his way, and Elige will hit him through his teammate, and that's the B side taken with confidence.
They actually did that. That was phenomenal.
Yeah, that couldn't have gone better.
They didn't take any kill or any deaths from that. That's sick.
It would even be hard to blame them for losing a round like that with the great crossfires and rotates in from the CTs. A good call for the Renegades for sure.
Stewie's going to get dropped.
3, 2, 1. And there's a gun taken. It's just a Galil, but
small mistake. Those are the kinds of ones that like tilt you off the earth, aren't they?
Yeah, if you like that angle. Yeah, that one.
Why are you hunting on your own with a rifle?
Right. So it's kind of the second best gun they've got on the team. And they won't be able to find Azur. So moving to the next round, Liquid will make a fair bit of money off the plant on top of just winning cleanly. And Renegades will probably invest a little bit again as we move and wait for the next rifle round. Maybe they won't invest at all. I don't know
think
how
so.
much. Yeah.
Not around Azur with the rifle. Maybe yeah, drops his CZ over. That should be all they really do. Smee's got armor with it.
Try to get 2-3 kills if they can. So the clock ticks down. Lots of options. Again, they had to make a big gamble.
Yeah.
Can I read this? Okay, so Fifflaren just handed me his phone. This is at Fifflaren. If Renegades have lost 0-2 versus Vitality, then beat Liquid 2-0, then NRG beat Liquid 2-0 as well, it would have been a three-way tie for last place. Last match only changed the fact that Ghost is guaranteed out. So what does that mean? That so does that mean that this is inconsequential?
No, Renegades still have a chance to make it.
They still have a chance to make it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, what he's saying is that there is still a possibility that at the end of this we have a three-way tie, and then we're like, I think it's a separate conversation of like who qualifies.
So the very minimum, Renegades need to win these two clean, and then Liquid will get the C in the next match versus NRG if they drop one. So, flashing a lower. And all the kills coming in nice and hot. There's not a lot of resistance here.
Hasn't been able to get involved with that Galil. That was like the one weapon. Not the greatest weapon to try and turn an entire round, but just comes into play a bit late. Either way, 3-0. Liquid looking good.
Yes, indeed. You guys forgot I was here?
Nah, not at all.
We out here.
Your presence cannot be ignored.
You jump in every now and then with like a quirky little comment.
Yeah, you know,
a
sometimes.
tunaism.
Well, here's the thing: is we want to keep it a balanced sofa. We don't want to get too funny with things. Which between Jason and I guess you guys too, we're just funny ass dudes, just have a good time.
You're chilling, hanging out.
But then on the other side of things is there are people that appreciate that. So I guess everything in moderation, except
Moderation?
moderation.
There you go.
Yeah,
Except
nailed it.
moderation.
Well done.
That's Canadian.
That's a vote for chaos right there. The one smoke? They didn't throw the other ones yet?
It's
Okay,
coming
they're
in
coming
late.
a bit late. Yeah. Buys them as much time as possible. You're going to need that last one, if anything, just that one. There it is. 2 going to lower. Interesting. So this is a ramp split?
Well, I think a lot of it will be how much pressure can they apply lower. Can they get this kill? Because if they get that kill, that shifts the rotates, right? That makes ramp easier to hit. So I think these guys will make contact before the other half of the play comes in.
Try to get
Someone's
Liaz's
fallen over.
attention. Yeah, hopefully didn't break too many
It was
limbs.
the RPK sitting down.
Oh!
So basically it was like a mini earthquake.
It was like a tank rolling through,
Yeah, it was literally like a tank rolling through here.
RPK just walking through the kitchen.
like Mr. Kool-Aid, man.
Oh,
Tearing
yeah.
I watched a Family Guy episode yesterday on TV. It was
When he comes through every wall
yeah.
in the courthouse.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Liaz, that's a tough duel to win. He's in
Wow.
the fire. Yeah, I mean he has to stay composed. He actually gets some damage at least.
I thought he'd get the frag and die, but
Man, all 3 CT rotates from ramp. There's a clean split from Liquid. Wow, look at that.
That worked out super well.
That's kind of how you want every round to go. Like we think, oh, Ts, they got to come out. They're going to be prepared to kill all CTs. You get a bomb down and make 3 CTs rotate, you're happy.
And those are the two guys that are supposed to coordinate together to guard lower bomb site, right? So they can't actually help each other when they're getting pinched like that at basically the same time. Like the ramp guy is occupied, so he can't drop down to help out Liaz, and Liaz is occupied, so he can't fall deep into the site and get somewhere safe.
And what was the secret there? I don't even know what happened at ramp. They
It's just a trade kill. They just
okay, just trade
beat
1
that.
for 1, and that's
Didn't
it.
see if they threw any nades, but
Yeah,
they just went 1 for 1.
I guess the only thing is there's going to be sometimes a turnpike guy to add extra friction, but if he's not there early enough and they just drop down, no hesitation, they get that lower sight. So an imposing threat that has been a persistent one as well. Liquid have now had 2 very successful rounds going lower. 3, in fact, if we count that anti-eco. And even though Renegades are making good rotations, that doesn't seem to be enough. So if they've got another problem on their hands. It's literally just having the firepower to match up to the fact that they've got to kill these guys running into their spots.
And if they can't do that, Launders, then they're in trouble.
That's it, yeah. No, you got to get the puck to the back of the net.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it is a point-and-click adventure. Smooya takes a lot of damage from this Molotov. Thought maybe that door is going to swing open.
Elige was waiting outside as well for some kind of weird fallback route or peek for information, so if Smooya taking a bad step.
So that seems just kind of like the opening strategy for the rounds. Does it appear to you like they have a plan for what they want to do already? Like what site they want to commit to?
I mean, you can tell, right? They haven't taken any really map control here outside. They faked it with 1 smoke.
But they are doing it in a cool way. They've thrown that first smoke between red box and in the first boxes pretty consistently. And previous round, they did that and then threw the rest of the wall of smokes. They just threw that wall of smokes again, so they're trying to kind of hide what they're doing. And it is. Renegades peeking for information elsewhere, and that's not where they expect the fights to be. That's nasty.
Nasty ass nasty.
Oh, it's a double, it's a triple JKS. He's also got another target. It's going to swing right into his angle, get some damage off, and actually finishes him off completely. That was pretty nice
cool
stuff, though, and it puts Smooya in a pretty fantastic position. He knows the bomb is threatened. He sees ahead, and he pops it off.
What a
That's
round,
a
man.
two-piece, an amazing round from Renegades, specifically from JKS.
I mean, if you're JKS in that situation, it couldn't have gone any better, right? Like, you couldn't have asked for any better lineup.
My Deagle doesn't do that.
Yeah, no, my shit's all over. That shit would have hit the rafters where my teammate was.
Yeah.
It would have been the weirdest thing in the world.
To that point, though, I agree with you. That smoke that they lay every round of the tier out, we talked about this yesterday, too, of like making sure that your defaults look as consistent as
It's
possible.
disguising what comes
exactly.
after. Yeah.
They should always look the same. Like, that smoke needs to be there every round, even if you don't do it for 1 round.
Damn.
There is
Ah,
something
a
that has changed
collateral.
now for the CTs to know that, okay, something is about to happen that we haven't seen before. So throwing that round there, and again, like without this hero round from JKS and Smooya, this was a round win for Team Liquid.
Absolutely.
They did this really fucking perfectly of like that smoke, the fakes, Renegades really looking for information, losing the entry frags here. Yeah, in all honesty, like Liquid honestly did a lot of the things here right.
Dude, a 5 dead round, and Liquid still have money left over on top of their full buy.
Yeah, they're rich.
Stunna, I heard a...
No, I thought about saying something. I just
Oh,
kinda
okay.
changed my mind.
Say that later. Yikes.
Azur changing his mind on the Molotov, which will bounce right off the wall.
Is this smoke again?
Stewie, who comes in often as a secondary. He's actually been like looking very comfortable with this op when he's picked it up recently.
He's a really good operator.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, we've
he's
seen a lot
scary.
of plays from him from heaven on this map, where he's either stopped a bomb plant or really diffused his own an own situation here for Liquid.
So this is like 3 different looks as well they've done with this smoke. Remember, 1 round they just walked quietly over to Secret. 1 round was just a Liege with his Krieg just picking from far back. And now we have Stewie boosted up and picking into the yard over the smokes as well.
Making themselves very hard to read, but Smooya doing his due diligence in lower. Op Flash is not good. Doesn't flash him off the angle. Stewie, these are some, wow, those are actually pretty good shoulder peaks, but Smooya is just a bit too quick. JKS gets caught in the fallback. It's 2v4, so I don't think Renegades are going to be too worried. It's pretty cool if they convert after that eco win, where they, as Fifflaren mentioned, probably got lucky to even win, to actually turn that into a rifle round win as well. They'll be at ease. It's going to be 4-2. So we'll see if they can defend a plant. I don't know if they're hoping the door doesn't swing open. Can't tell if it's planted on the other side of the site.
No, it's that side, baby.
Wow, okay. Yeah,
That was a real hold your breath moment.
Yikes. Man, this technically isn't over. It really depends on the CTs, how they approach this, and they're being very careful.
Oh, here we go.
Oh
through
my
the
God.
door. They line up for him. That would have been sick. And even Smooya was late coming out with that AWP, so that could have been deadly.
Yeah, Azur with a nice shot to trade. Could have very easily got sprayed down and put undue pressure onto Smooya to win that 1v1. So at least they do some damage, because the economy again for Liquid is still pretty good. But because Renegades won their 1 round first on an eco, they already had saved some, and it helps to help mount the comeback. Excuse me.
Jason, when you were on the interview with me and Smooya, right? Like when we did that whole thing, Pro League.
Yes.
Yeah, where he said he hadn't gotten any offers.
Yeah, I talked about it yesterday.
That's pretty strange, man.
That is an interesting one.
I think, this is my personal opinion. I think outside the game, Smooya has raised some red flags with a lot of different people. But the kid's naturally talented, and so there are a lot of players professionally right now that have done that are overly successful. Hell, the best player in the world, for example, went down that road. It's just a matter of
just needs to grow up a
evolution
little
or-
bit.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
maturing. That's all
Yeah,
it is. I
and-
mean, these are so gifted players. It's unreal.
Absolutely, and it takes again, you can go back all the way in time. I'm going to mention like GetDrive when he was younger, right? Like, I'm not saying it was the same kind of mentality of like being BM on the internet, right? But like, you need that kind of like adult figure in your life for a person like Smooya. Like, Assad is a great father figure in that sense.
Well, I mean, when things like that happen, right? When the father figure, when they need that sort of happening in their life, I mean, it just kind of happens, And then, I guess a
So
lot
let's
of that,
say you're a father figure, Trace.
yeah.
Yeah, how many kids you got?
I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't
Zero's
really
an
wanna,
answer.
I live kind of this lifestyle. I don't think it's.
You
Really
never know. He
conducive
gets
to
an
parenting.
email every now and then, be like, "Hey, I think you're my father." and
Report
just-
it.
Well,
Spam?
also, the Prince of Nigeria emails me all the time. That guy won't stop.
No,
emailing me.
he
It's
has a lot of
ridiculous.
money to give out, apparently.
Yeah.
No, he's rich. He's got multiple email addresses. He paid for all these different accounts. Like,
They're
it's
all-
definitely him.
Well, I don't know. Some of them are Yahoo, and it's like, all right, I guess, man. Like, sure, I'll send you my bank account. Yeah, it's just a maturing process, and every player goes through it at some point. So
22 seconds, and NAF is nowhere near helping out. They're going to have to split up this vent. This is so risky.
Oh my
no,
gosh,
they
yeah,
all,
one
they all
upstairs.
evacuated. Yeah, there's no time for this. There was actually only one down low. They just didn't realize it. That's 2 kills, and that's a nice crossfire up top.
So, yeah, so they actually got the rotates back up, even though there's threats lower.
They were so nervous about a second player being somewhere in that bomb site, I think. That spam, if they'd gotten that kill, they actually dinked him to 15. I think they would have gone for it, but they didn't want to deal with 2 people in there. So just a misread.
Could have been a game changer. And again, Renegades convert off that eco round, turn that into 2 straight rifles. So doing a good job at the adaptations. And Firepower is looking a lot more in line with what they expect of themselves. Should they feel comfortable? Liquid on the first eco of the game.
yeah, not a big hit buy here from Liquid.
Shot between 2 targets.
That was close.
And yeah, man, this this could potentially lead to a contract for Smooya. He's just playing well, I'm sure.
Well, eventually it becomes to the point where it is familiarity, I'd imagine. Like, let's just hypothesize here that Smooya ends up playing with, Renegades for however amount of time due to visa issues. Like, that's just unfortunately a thing that's probably considered.
Ooh, hello.
That's
Hello.
something nice. Scout Deeg, the most BM way to DM.
Yeah, I hate deaglers.
Yeah.
DMs. I'm not going to lie to you.
It's just because you get a deagle in your hands, right? And it doesn't go the way that you want it to, ever.
It doesn't DMs. not in actual games.
No, yeah, not in actual highly competitive matchmaking Valve servers.
64 Tick Terror, Jason Moses O'Toole.
While we're on
64
that subject, I also hate Alpers in death matches.
Yeah, can we talk about that? It's good that they finally imposed some like limits to how many people can opt for how long. These kids, man. Molly's out to the A site. They're running a distraction as Ali just comes in with the surf, and Twist will be following up the trade. Good spacing by him. He actually makes it 2, and there's actually 2 more on the A site. One above the hut, and he's not going to continue to be a terror. Nitro comes in for the cleanup, and everybody dies on the A site.
That's a battle to
Wow.
get in there. They had no time to breathe. Good double kill from Nitro.
Dude, I swear, if Liquid don't go like bananas between all 5 of them, Renegades, there's a lot of great things to say about the fact that they all die so quickly trying to defend on A site. They had so many chances to win.
They crunched that real quick.
Rotations have been smooth, but
It's one of the
just
first ones.
a testament to how good kind of, I guess, Liquid are. They even put this to the test. But it's an answer back. It's a fast upstairs, which is a new look. The Smook's outside once again.
Still got the money in a great reset position as well if they can pull this off, Liquid. That'd be huge for their T-side.
One of those juggle rounds potentially. And is it Smooya working his way into lower? Yeah, he's found a comfortable spot here.
He destroyed him in this spot earlier. The 2-man push that went down here, he took care of that with ease.
Yeah. So we have an op on Stewie again. It's Nitro, okay. Yeah, there was a Banks flash that didn't go as deep as he needed it to, and then a shoulder peek that didn't work out. So that's potentially a kill. Unfortunate for Liaz, maybe was a bit too egregious, got a little bit comfortable.
That was great timing. Nitro happened to peek out just at the perfect moment.
While he
wasn't
swung
it?
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's going to happen sometimes. But you know, it's going to be more about how they deal with the 4v5 as opposed to resigning to that kill, because they're still in this round. JKS is importantly rotated back up to Heaven, which is clearly being threatened right now by 2 members of Liquid. He's actually moving over towards Fur, and he has this angle, kind of eyes prying on it. This will be the most dangerous, I think, for the first man who comes in. Trades have been good for Liquid. We'll see if he can be tested.
Well, let's see how well they can coordinate this split, because they're going to have 2 coming in through mini, 25 seconds. One's back in lobby as well, so they can attack from multiple different angles. There's the point of attack. Big win for Stewie. The trades are all over the place, and actually, there we go. That's beautiful from Liquid.
Wow.
1 for 1 the whole way. That's a really nice hit, and now plenty of time to get comfortable.
Yeah, Smooya, I mean, how's he going to rotate in? He knows 2 went up Heaven and 1's still alive. And that guy's got nothing else to do. There's just one person who's left over who was last known, maybe guarding Secret or potentially at ramp. And so Heaven is always going to be under the suspicion of the T's.
About to get weird.
There's a chance now. Smooya just with the flick, swaps to the AK.
No armor, though.
A little bit of time to spare. Yeah, the 10-second defuse, kind of a tall task. He'll go on to the bomb and just hope that he can stick it. Naf not reading the game the same way Smooya did, and he'll win the round of 1v1. So it's a close call, but Liquid's split was super good.
I mean, both of these rounds, so comes back down to Renegades not hitting their shots there. Like that kill that Renegades had on Heavens, you get the kill. He wasn't even flashed.
Yeah,
I can't remember who it was
Liaz,
from Renegades.
Liaz's crosser was too high.
Yeah, it was too high, and he crouches. And it comes down to, like, you hit that shot, all of a sudden the guy on hot, he doesn't have to turn around. He still has hot control and mini control, and Team Liquid is most likely shut down here.
That's tough. It's one of the maybe the lesser taken fights, so Liaz doesn't actually know exactly where the head's going to be, and he's got to make judgments. Is he going to be on the railing, or is he going to come down from lower? But it doesn't work out today, and this could be a great round for Team Liquid to just continue to assert their dominance if they win cleanly. And also focus fire with a lot of with the SMG they have.
Yes, indeed.
There he is.
A little bit of a ramp.
Oh, he's
room.
back.
Hold on now. I'll chime in whenever you guys are ready. I just, feel like there's some very insightful stuff going on here.
Trace, down at the Monster Sideline Report, how are the server conditions going for you?
Yeah, server conditions down here slightly cloudy with a chance of rain a little bit later this afternoon. Thanks a lot, Jason. There's been a traffic jam here, and I guess ultimately some of that jam comes up to the fact that this is the eco for Renegades, and that certainly hasn't gone well thus far. Back to you, Jason.
It gon' rain.
It gon' rain.
It gon' rain.
It's raining sideways. Get one. Woo. There it is. Crosshair a bit too high once again, but sometimes you got to guess for the crouch peek. One thing I noticed about AZK back in the day was he always had like really low crosshair placement, but I think when I asked him, he said it's because sometimes he expected somebody to crouch peek, so he'd either do stomach damage, which is obviously more than chest damage, but if they crouch peek, it'd just be an instant headshot. So he actually preferred to shoot lower than to aim for the head a lot of the times when he was holding angles.
Who said that?
AZK.
Well, you can Simple does the same, right? Simple's crosshair placement, if you look at it, it looks really bad.
Definitely don't learn from Simple's crosshair placement.
No, right? Because that's not where you would use.
Don't learn from anything Simple does.
No, yeah,
no, that's also true. But yeah, his crosshair placement is really whack.
Yeah.
Considering
he just. I think what people don't see is that he just has an idea of where that player is, and he doesn't worry about playing everything perfectly. He just knows so well when to expect his next fight, where it's going to be. So he doesn't go through the thoroughfare of just clearing every angle perfectly, which most players don't have the gift of.
He's too damn good.
Ooh,
He's
tough.
too damn good.
Kind of cool for Smooya to take a new look here, but Elise can potentially catch the fallback. Liaz will also help him out. Nitro goes down outside first, and Smooya's staying passive on this angle. The smoke is going to be
Stewie's got Smooya.
Oh my god, he came down the vent?
Yep.
This
Go
is a
for the
big
knife.
flank, yeah.
Knife him.
Just want to make some noise.
Go ahead, knife him, Stu. Do
he's
it.
going to see it, yeah.
Oh, he's going to take the kill. He's too
wow.
far away.
Damn, dude. Stewie's really, he's really come a long way.
Well,
Old
if he
Stewie
would
would've
have
knifed him.
backed up, yeah, probably, even at this situation.
I just don't think Liquid probably feels too comfortable, because even on...
No, they're not safe at all.
Yeah, and even on Renegades' save and eco rounds, they're still getting down to just 2 guys alive. I mean, it's not like these are very convincing wins every single time.
Best knife in the history of Pro CS.
Config.
Easily.
In overtime.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
1 HP.
I couldn't believe that, man. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, I remember this.
It was so
I can't
crazy.
remember which tournament it was, though.
That was E-League Atlanta.
Really?
I missed that config, dude.
I think
He's coming. He's coming back.
He's coming back. I saw a
What did he
tweet the
say?
other day.
Phase down, ass up.
Yeah, phase, hashtag phase down, ass up. Like, wow.
Jesus.
Damn.
That's the config
Love
I
it.
know.
Oh man,
I want more.
release the contract. Let's get him on a good team.
Well, yeah.
It sucks because like I feel like in other sports you don't hang out with all the other players, so like we don't get shit talk. But I feel like I miss it a little bit.
Yeah. Oh my
Dude,
god.
he's got 2 bullets.
Oh! See you later, dude. Woo! Jacob to the grave.
Every day of the week, he said.
Holy
Every day of the week.
Just needed one.
Pop, pop.
He called that. That's a game of horse. He's got
Could have been a knife
I
with a
call
bat.
one
That's
tap.
because he
Boom.
played basketball outside earlier. That's the only logical reason that happened.
There it is. He set that up. He's like, I'm gonna miss a few bullets here just so this last kill looks so nice.
Wait, James. When you guys play basketball, who won?
Nitro and Stewie.
Between you, Nitro.
You're 2v2.
Hold on. Production. It's 2v2.
The 2v2, Stewie won. Stewie and Nitro. Yeah.
I just didn't. I didn't know because I said they won earlier.
Well, I'm
so-
injured, you know,
Oh, that's
and I didn't want him to get injured before his match, right? I didn't
Yeah,
want to
and you wanted to boost their confidence a little
Yeah,
bit.
exactly.
Yeah,
Do
there
it
you
for
go.
NA.
TJ has a shirt
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
Oh, so what's your take on this game, James?
Oh dear.
That's a nice shot. JKS is always sick. Lee has actually really good aim. He's been a big addition to their team. Too bad they don't have Grat here. And Liquid have all the utility. Let's see if Smooya can get another 3K like he did against us at the P250. Don't think it's going to happen. What do you call that? Old Toxic? This round's kind of washed here. Liquid looks like they're going to get maybe double digits on their T side.
Oh yeah, they're gonna rack it up. They're looking good right now as well. Really aggressive, really confident.
You see Naf picking up the Krieg. Usually it's a Liege, huh? Naf is finding himself on it as well.
Naf is bringing the next round for Lee.
He's spreading the gospel,
Yeah.
so
He was also shooting basketballs yesterday. I don't think today, but yesterday he shot basketballs.
Naf?
So probably.
Naf?
Yeah, I thought he was out there shooting basketballs.
I don't believe that.
Dunking on you, Jason. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
But, hey, things got a little blurry, so.
I just want the video from when we lowered the net for Moses to dunk.
No, that was done in the privacy of only my 3 closest friends. The guy I just met 2 days ago, and then
Nice.
you and Henry.
Nice.
That was a private showing.
Where's Smooya been taking the op? Outside?
He's
Secret?
been going lower a lot and
Secret?
And watching
sometimes.
outside.
Yeah, the last round he was outside, outside the wall smokes outside.
He hasn't
standing
gotten
around that.
hasn't gotten too much with it. They've neutralized him pretty well.
All right, let's see what they go for here.
Liquid are playing well, man. They're doing a good job with the splits. Renegades haven't gotten around since he got their 4 in a row after
Ooh.
winning their eco. It's a push potentially to upstairs. Was there anyone who committed? It was just Stewie who ended up
Stewie.
dying inside of outside of Squeaky, the front
No,
door.
he tried to rush HUD off of a God Flash to the skylight above Silo, and then they naded their molly, so it slowed him down.
Old God Flash.
Bit of a pace change here.
Like, you can throw the fast flash so it'll blind CT's heaven or dropping HUD.
I miss being able to spam through there right into the rafters.
Yeah.
That was such a dirty thing to accomplish when you did it.
Yeah.
Maybe 15 rounds.
I remember
doing
you could
it, but-
spam from bottom lobby up
corner.
to HUD, too, or up to heaven.
That's 1.6 spans.
Or even
Greatest
heaven
map
to
real
radio
though.
room. That was a great one.
Yeah, that's.
Or any angle.
Or any time Jordan played, just
Jordan
all
played,
the walls.
yeah.
They don't really exist
Yeah.
when that dude plays, so.
Literally.
Well, I meant in the game, but, you know, like. all right,
Good
we're
one.
back.
Good one, Trey. See you later.
Leah is nice. He finds an angle just in front of the smoke, and Smooya is there in the back lines. Hard to communicate what's being watched exactly, but they do a good job of that. They stay together. It's good cohesiveness here from Renegades on the CT side.
Yeah, man.
Gonna be the first CT rounds on a rifle in a couple where they do it. Provided Twist and Naf don't do something crazy. Spray in from Twist, and it's clean. Renegades to only lose 1.
So this is something we run into, is if we think we have an opening at the beginning of the round, like sending Stewie out off of a flash, and it doesn't work out, if we don't have like an immediate few fallback plans, then it can lead to a round like that where the CTs have 4 or 5 alive. It's something we're trying to cut down on.
So you think the
'cause you-
calling stops? Is that what you're saying? Or
Like, there's no like immediate
There's
fallback.
no plan to follow it up.
Like
unless
there
it's the
is,
kill.
but it's not like carried out in a concerted manner.
is that because there's not enough planning for man disadvantaged situations?
Perhaps. That might be a good way of looking at it. And look at this ramp contact. The first CT is going to be J-Hall, I think, based on radar. Yeah, JKS is going to get out.
They'll have to fight. He takes a very committed angle, and they're all coming through
That
the smoke. And
was
once
key.
again, Smooya to help him out to make sure he doesn't even die. And Alish got in a powerful position in the ramp, can really threaten the rotates coming down the vents, flank somebody if necessary. If they had gotten ramp control, could have been a very different round, although Liquid didn't have much to spend. So even though there was a few rounds in a row there that Liquid put together, Renegades came back into it.
It's a good recovery at the end for Renegades.
It was, and they had a half buy basically because of the amount of economic damage throughout those rounds that Liquid were winning, so that they were low when it was most necessary.
Well, that's
69, giggity giggity goo.
That's a game in our hands.
It really is.
I like that. I mean, Renegades has a real chance on their T side. I actually really like watching Renegades T sides. I think they're pretty cool. Liked watching that Mirage game earlier.
Mm-hmm. How familiar are we with pistols?
Like what they would do.
What Renegades might
A
try
lot
to
of
pull
people
off.
nowadays seem like they're faking door nades, contacting ramp, and coming back out upper. Like it seems like that's something that people like to do.
Saw Astralis do that.
I can see why though, because the rotation now, because of the nerf onto the vents, when you can't like go back and forth into the inner bomb side, you get that fake out, and they have their force to it.
Yeah.
You actually like the rotation from the vents and the rotation inner is actually a lot slower now. So like it should really benefit T's here if you think
Yep.
about it. But
It's hard to hold a ramp rush too. Like even
Yeah.
with two, like you almost got to get 2 immediate kills or have 3 people there.
yeah,
It's
because
really,
even back in the day, right? Like you had, even if they took over ramp fast, you had that quick rotate because of the vents, but you don't have that anymore. It's like you get really punished now if you don't do things properly. I feel like.
yeah, it looks like they're doing this flash out squeaky. Oh, they're coming out hut with it.
He goes that way. Twist in a very tough spot. I mean, he's up here. He's going to have a lot
like
of T's
that.
coming from weird angles. Dodge a flash. It's very clean
He's
right now with
so
the
good.
headshots. 3-piece for him on the USP. And there's 2 T's looking quite despondent just sitting here in the squeaky door. And Twist will come in on their angle. But as he closes in, JKS will knock him out. And a flash comes out from Nitro to help Alish kill 2 blind terrorists to end the round.
Very blind terrorists.
Super blind.
So this is another thing too. Is it seems like a lot of people are using a lot of counter flashes on CT pistols nowadays as well. Like it seems like it's a thing. Like,
Yeah, it's kind of neutralized like how the range advantage of the Glock when they get
Yeah.
close. That makes sense. You got to be really coordinated to do that though.
Yeah.
That's got to be real planned out.
I mean, they got huge efficacy on those, on that one flash in specific. So that's a good argument for it. There's basically a thorough, full-on Glock save here for the Renegades, as they didn't get a plant last round.
They did not.
They did not. They have good 1P250 on Jacob. Alish catches the T's trying to cross over into enemy lines. But all the CTs chime in. It's 1 kill to the MP9, 2 kills to the MP9.
And 1 to the shotgun.
1 to the shotgun. That's money made. Money in the bank.
Shorty, what you drank?
Well,
Huh?
okay.
You said money, isn't that?
Yeah, I said the
Yeah,
same
they
thing.
said the same
So-
thing.
Oh,
Cool, man. Jinx, I think.
Fine,
I was supposed
soda.
to say, like,
ILU too.
yeah, man.
You guys had your moment? You done?
Yeah, we had.
I'm definitely not done. But
It's kind of like a
First gun
bromance,
round.
not really a moment.
What do you call that
We got the
by?
kiss cam or
1 of each weapon, except no AUG. Can you win a round with an AUG on CT side? Is the question.
Ooh,
Yeah.
1's in the vents.
Yeah, man.
yeah? Did he get down?
Seen it once or twice.
Ooh, he's got down. He's going fast. He's not opening the control door. He doesn't do that right away.
Vent drop.
He's just gonna sit here. They're gonna go for ramp control right away to try to meet him halfway. JKS in a powerful spot. Yeah, he gets the kill too. So they open this up.
that's
Turnpike,
sick.
What a great nade.
important spot. Nafly has some impact. Stewie's already here on the fallback. That's interesting. They don't anticipate that. He doesn't use a lot of bullets. Maybe he had used some.
He didn't
earlier.
have any left. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now they'll smoke this out, try to reset the situation. They have control of control, and they can plant forward as well. And what is the response? So awkward
That's
to come in
a-
with
that's
the
an
noob tube
ugly
on the
okay,
big
there we
flank,
go.
but they upgrade into the
He
AK.
could. He
It looks
probably should
like
just save this.
Yeah, I think
Half
they're
has
probably
Pick or
Balls.
save in the rune economy, because if he keeps him to 2.
Okay, so that's when the communication gets really trying, when someone gets a vent drop and you're not entirely sure.
Yep.
So they just have to kind of guess as to how fast they need to rotate. And Renegades are great about how fast they act. They just get right into ramp and they squeeze that player.
Let's
No,
keep
that
a,
was a great round. That was.
let's keep
really,
a count of like how many times Renegades attempts or makes them think about vent drop, because I bet it would be almost every single round that they buy any nade or smoke. They seem pretty adamant about that.
Can you combine the control window glass with like the glass from upstairs, or sorry, on the roof, to shoot that out at the same time?
Like, does it fake people?
As a
I think
sound
it's
bait?
better if you use the locker windows.
Yeah.
Locker windows?
That's what I've seen.
Yeah.
At least, yeah.
Okay, there you go. That could be an easy one. So sometimes people are running through, opening up control, and then trying to beat them to ramp, but glass
There's a
might
lot
be
of
easier.
lot of information here on social media. Renegades must now 2-0 Liquid for a chance, but if Liquid goes 4-0 today, they actually finish second,
Wow, that'd be a glow up.
which would mean that they do end up going on the opposite side there, and then they would end up playing.
Vitality. Well, they'd be on the opposite side as Vitality.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Fast smokes outside. Renegades will cross early to leading. They're just basically abusing their spawns. No one's really stopped. They're kind of spread out a little bit, but Elige kind of knows what's coming his way, or
no.
so we thought. He's now going to have to take a passive stance in control. No kill to show for it. Will he fall back to the back of the bomb site? It looks like, yes, just on top of the rafters. And he has help already down below. They have been good, just as good as Renegades on these fast rotating.
Yeah, but Renegades got down so quick they can actually choose to retreat if they want.
We'll see who's
Yep.
guarding the vent and maybe secret fallback. The two ways
This
out
is
of
an
this
interesting
round.
round.
There's somebody in Squeaky, right? Yeah, JKS. So this could be a key player, depending on what they want to do. But how do they draw attention away from him?
They're making a lot of noise in lower. Like, if they just stopped, if everyone just paused, they could fake Liquid out in a big way, make them make a decision of where they want to put all their resources.
Oh, they're definitely running around for
Yeah.
some reason. JKS gets this opening kill out of Squeaky. Nitro answers for one important spray from
Wow.
Stewie. It's trying. Oh my God! A second kill with the last couple of bullets.
There it is.
Bob
Look at
tries
that.
to go
That
down
was
this
Elige.
smoke, but him and Stewie, or Elige and Stewie, will sandwich that player, denying the potential for some crazy afterplan situation, and Azra will get blasted out of control through the glass in the face.
Big Stu.
It's so funny. Launders highlight clips are all, oh my god!
Oh, he had his spray control through a gap. Look at this.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
And then this little...
He uses all. Boop. Wow,
Yeah.
that was every bullet.
I mean, but that's a super headshot angle for Stu right there, too, I think.
We call that God spot.
Yeah.
on the ramp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we love that.
You used God before a lot of different things.
Well, we're
God
back on
Flash.
the
It's there's
God
one
spot.
there's one on each side for each map.
Okay.
So, really, it's like Fifflaren spot. The God spot.
Ooh.
the God spot.
This spot.
Did you guys have
Yeah,
your moment?
we. I was gonna say the server seems to be lagging. I think we are gonna get a server restart here, probably, unless people want to play on 10 FPS. But I don't think so.
Doesn't sound fun. Doesn't sound fun at all.
What would you call that spot? On the ramp next to the little, like, opposite of emo? What do you call it? Like, dark? You call it dark in that box?
Well, you
Drop
Oh,
out of
next
control
to the
window?
window?
The red box is below.
Yeah,
right,
you call it
Right
dark?
underneath?
What would you call that spot where Stewie got that 3K from?
on the ramp. I don't know.
I wouldn't. I don't know.
I
don't-
wouldn't
guess-
have a
don't
call
play
out
Counter-
for that.
No, but
yeah,
I feel like
it's
that's such a call out that you would then give to a player,
I mean,
right?
you need
like
it, though.
that
A
you
lot of
play
people
against.
rotate there.
Right, but like that you play against, right? Like for example, that highlight clip in a practice game. Let's say Stewie gets a 4 kill there, a practice game first nuke. That spot in house probably called Stewie for some teams
I'd probably say like, fuck this kid, and then forget the call.
FTK.
because it happens a lot. Like it's very
FTK
common
spot.
Yeah.
Pretty easy off the tongue.
Yeah,
Probably
FTK.
flows really well.
Oh,
Definitely.
it's 3 syllables. So it's
Yeah.
probably not that good.
Happens, man.
Because you can't even.
Yeah.
call
Do you
it
say
back.
decontamination?
No, we say sync.
There we go. Less
Yeah,
syllables.
that?
there we go.
A lot of people say
Okay.
decontamination.
Yeah.
Or
They say
decon.
decon.
But it's
yeah.
God Sync, too, so...
Hey,
God sync. Yeah.
leave
God
me
sync.
alone.
There
God
we
Sync.
go. He's on a roll.
Which position has the longest word? That you guys know of.
Astralis
right.
exec.
yeah, that's pretty...
Everyone says they're doing Astralis because everyone's like jacking their stuff.
Oh, is that
Right?
is that like the?
That one
Yeah.
on overpass on the B site.
Yeah,
Oh, is that the one?
right. That's probably the longest call out. I don't know of a
Astralis
different
exec?
one.
Yeah, I can't think of a different one. It's a dangerous game. Talking about callouts.
Yes, because
Yes,
there is
there
one
are a
that
lot
I'm
of
thinking
weird-
of that's really long for no reason, but it's not something that's actually
Go on with
good
it.
for.
Well, here's a question.
Okay, let's see.
What map is it?
It's Inferno, and
Dun-
yes, and
Oh,
it's
Dumb Pits.
yeah, pits. Well, like not.
Well, no,
pit,
but that's
like the-
super
Why
common.
don't you call it canal?
Could say canal.
No, but that's. I feel like
I'd be good with that.
in North America, I feel like that call out you're referring to is like super common. You hear that.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah,
what is
I
it,
say
Jason?
underpass.
You probably know it.
And there's a North American
I'm
one.
good. I don't like this conversation. This is one of
This
those
is one you
conversations
don't-
I sit out.
I just want Launders to say it.
Yeah, man.
I'm not gonna say it, dude. There's
None of that.
there's one that uses in North America and one used in Europe, and they're both bad.
Anyways, moving on.
Swiftly moving on.
So
Yeah.
about that server lag. Should
Yeah,
be fixed
so-
very soon.
Yeah, it does look like the match is still paused.
We
So
just match made.
What do you guys think about Team Liquid's tag TL?
I like it.
What's wrong
You
with
like
Short
that?
and sweet.
I didn't say anything was wrong.
So-
Oh, I
with
was just
it.
curious if you had something. But
I don't.
It's simplicity's in, dude. It's 2019.
Yeah,
So.
I feel like I end up saying TL all the time.
I miss the bracket tags.
It's like TL net.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
The
Shit's
old
just
good old bracket
outrageous.
tags.
used to get creative with that kind of stuff.
Or you even
Yeah.
just so
Pod
United
pod.
5 had the star. I thought that was pretty dope back in the
U5,
day.
it was U5 star was clean.
Yeah, it looked clean, but I guess the period right at the end of like say Cole or
Yeah.
like even the hard line in IRC that was
it was like minimalist before.
yeah. I
minimalist
mean it
became the
was
thing.
pretty basic stuff.
Launders knows about that.
What
Yeah.
about dot colon tag colon dot? Remember
No, that's
those?
too much.
Colon tag. Okay.
It's too much.
Yeah,
for
that's
us.
like
that's a little
super.
bit too
I had to put the
Yeah.
fonts together. I'm like all right, yeah. So
No, but people did try and make fancy stuff back
Yeah.
in the day, I guess.
the last name stuff was cool. How you could work out to have both last name and an alias sometimes.
There
or-
used to be a Swedish team that was, I think they were called Turtle, and then they had like a turtle.
yeah, I remember that.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was super
So a lot of
sick.
teams use fancy brackets.
Fancy brackets. What's
yeah, the
that?
parentheses.
Okay.
The
Wait, what's
Those
that fancy bracket?
ellipses? Is that them?
ellipses are
Two,
commas,
3
right?
periods in a row.
Oh, 3 periods in a row. That's right. Yeah. Punctuation.
Yeah, it's
That's what
also a movie, right?
also a movie. Haven't seen it. What's it about?
Isn't it one of the James Bond, like 007?
Tuna might know this.
no, I don't really.
He's got a lot of pop
I'm
culture
grabbing at
knowledge.
straws here.
Said James Bond.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'll let that work for 3 seconds. And
that's it. So it's
He's
already
not- he's not there.
It's done.
Yeah. He's not there.
It was done before 1 second, maybe half a second. We don't really know.
Oh, Quantum of Ellipses.
That sound Quantum of Solace, right?
Yeah.
Got me on that.
Quantum
God
of-
damn it. Lost another one to Launders.
Are they having to play through the whole first half?
Yeah, I blanked here for a second. Are we
Oh.
in like pistol?
No, they're gonna medic it.
Yeah,
Have
we
to.
had a few more rounds left.
But
Everyone
can you
calm down.
imagine if we were sitting here?
So there was something that happened to us at iBuyPower Masters this year against Team Liquid where we had to play through the first 3 rounds of the second half to arrive at what like we had to buy everything.
So you like go off
Yeah.
a HLTV score log and just kind of
Yeah.
roll with it? Yeah.
That was a fun event. I'm glad we got to go through that together.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of. We see that a lot without
was-
match medic.
That was
How-
a unique experience.
How did you guys do it back in 1.6 when you had like problems like this?
Restart the half.
yeah.
Yeah, you
They're
did, right?
just like,
There's no
eh.
match medic. Yeah.
No,
Right.
there was nothing. I remember De Beers. He always had the worst luck in the game. I've probably seen him in more like placement matches and top 24s at CPLs where like he'd be playing and they'd win the second pistol against a European team and they'd go up like 2-0 or 3-0 and then the whole row of computers would just shut down. Like 10 computers, like a
Man.
power.
The
power
De
side would
Beers
just blow.
curse.
Remember at
When he was playing, I know he was playing in an
That's what it's called.
an overtime
Duncan does a
game,
whole video on
and
it.
his teammate in a 2-on-1, his teammate's PC lagged out, and then he had to play a 1-on-1 and lost it, and they couldn't. It was too late in the game because there was like a rule. It was like if there was like 5 or 6 rounds played when something like that happened, you couldn't just restart the half.
And it was MR12. It was
MR12 as well. Yeah,
remember at
man.
even,
Wild times.
even at Northern Arena they didn't have match medic and they had to it was like in Toronto.
they
and
did. They no.
It like broken, I think, and they had to replay every single round in like into the middle of a half. They had to watch the VOD
Go back
as
to,
it
like,
loaded
actual
on
TV,
Twitch, and then go round by round and have everyone orchestrate the kills
You buy
the
this
same way.
nade, you die with these nades in hand.
And then the
He
venue
picks it
threatened to
up.
shut the power off of the whole venue.
Is that the
So,
first one?
That was the Toronto one. So I'm not sure if
The
that
one that was at
after
the expo
Montreal.
hall?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was inside of it was like a Comic-Con type thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember that.
scary times.
Yeah, it was. Jesus.
I feel like another solution to that back in the day was just that you did like 10K or whatever, and then you just looked at how much money people had before the server died.
Yeah.
So if Jason had like 4K and I had like 3K, I would just buy until then and then just like
Drop the guns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
drop the gun, throw it
Honor
over.
rule.
Honor rules.
It was like you guys were saying, it was a harder time back then. We have match medic, by the way, and we did already see a half. It's 11-7 for the people that was curious. As to what we were in this game.
Yeah.
I
The
know
game
that
of Renegades and
I-
Liquid. Should you also forget that?
Yeah,
That's true.
it's a 9-6 half, so it's 2-1 for Liquid in this half right now. They're in the slight lead. Pretty good kill distribution. Feels like Renegades can still win. Like Jason, you're just talking about their T side too. So
Yeah.
look like honestly that Liquid playing that last T side versus a lot of other teams, they would have had a way better half. They played super well, and Renegades still kept up.
Bailed out by that Deagle round from JKS, right? Like a little bit of luck to the Renegade side.
Yeah.
So,
we got five
what do you
minutes.
guys think about? You want to go to a break? We have 5
Can we
minutes.
do that?
No,
Yeah,
no, we don't need to go to a break.
I'm just asking.
It's just
That's a
5
general
minutes.
populace.
Yeah,
It's
it's
kind of
just
like a
5
vote.
minutes.
We can
I
talk
wanna-
about. Well, can we find something
I haven't seen Fifflaren in like a week.
Let's have our how we think Vertigo is going to go at the major. How do you think it's going to be used?
I feel like it gets changed one time.
You know what I'm saying? Like
one more
how
time.
how would you use it effectively as a top team?
What,
Would you
Vertigo?
turn it into a surprise pick?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd ban it.
Would you turn it into a surprise
I
pick? Like you
wouldn't.
ban it all tournament,
I would.
knowing that
And
you'd
then
get pretty
super late,
far,
you bring
but
it
then
up?
be ready for it?
No, I don't like that either
I-
because I feel like you have this back pick in your you're picking your back pocket, but because you haven't played it all tournament, you come in and you're like relatively
hard to
cold.
know.
'Cause
It's
let's say you
also
have
hard
teams-
to hide that because you practice against all the other teams at the major.
You don't really have the liberty to
So-
get good at Vertigo if you're not good at every other map.
I remember
those are gonna
asking.
get played more.
Remember asking Guardian.
It's only
and-
the top teams get to play the new map at more than everyone else because they're already good at every
Yeah.
other map.
But the problem when you have teams, and this is why I like when they do add in more maps to the pool, because for example, teams that already has an instant ban, let's say for example, a team bans Mirage all the time, Vertigo comes in, they have to make a choice here.
Look at that. Is this live?
No, it's not live.
Might be.
It's both teams say not ready.
Oh, well, I don't know, man.
but yeah,
I
no.
saw the DJ
have-
handshake, so
They have a choice to make. They either have to play
That's
a
Heather,
map
by the
that
way.
they've always
Oh, I
vetoed
saw
for like
the Sapphire
years,
Yeah.
or they play
Or
this
reference.
new map
Sorry.
in which they might not like.
I also
you-
think like
Maybe it is
being
live.
prepared for a new map doesn't mean you're going to win. So
Yeah.
Is this live?
Sure.
Yeah, that's. I mean, being prepared for any map doesn't
okay.
mean
Oh,
you're gonna
so,
win.
okay, so simulating the last round. That's what we're doing right now.
yeah,
And I guess we could even
they actually set this up pretty quick.
we could re-commentate it, kind of re-simulate it
No,
ourselves.
we're good, man.
And then like Jason
Go
could
ahead,
take
man.
the lead
Go
if
ahead.
you really wanted. No, but like anybody, it's kind of
I support you in that.
No,
That's gonna be Nitro with a
Anyone
double
can do it.
headshot.
just kind of busy. So
Nutty.
yeah, so we should be going live here any second, which is it's kind of nice. I think this has been a pretty steady game thus far, and like I said, every time I see the Renegades on eco or save, they're able to take quite a bit of guns out of it. But it seems like Liquid's starting to take ahead of the curve.
Well, this is a big round. I think, depending on what Renegades buy into it, this might be one of their last really. Okay, they're gonna half buy, I guess. Looks like. They're gonna half buy for a better buy in the next round, but they only have like one more really solid buy that they have to win. If they lose it, then they're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I actually thought it was 11-7, so this is kind of new territory. They actually recover that many AKs because they had 4 alive, so they pick them all up too.
Love that.
That's big. Okay, I don't know if this is actually live, but the time's ticking down. They did just replay that last round.
But it does say not ready.
It's kind of a
Yeah, but
Now
I think
it
that's
is
a
ready.
bug.
It says
yeah,
live,
it is
yeah,
live. Yeah,
we're
yeah.
live.
I think that's just a bug.
Yeah,
So
it's
for the
ready.
people
All right.
that's when we do switch.
Jason was
yeah, we got
also
changed.
wrong at one point, just a little bit, but also I was. So
no,
let's
I was
get into the game.
I was right.
Hit
just
the big
for the
white.
wrong. I got the right
and let's get
answer.
her
I
going.
used the wrong
Boom, there we
equation.
go.
Is how that works.
Equations and math
brownie
stuff.
points all around.
Ooh.
Oh.
JKS starting
Okay.
out with a banger, a big deagle shot there on the Nitro, make it 1. Now, the Renegades with these 4 deagles and a scout will trying to make some headway somewhere where they can. A little bit more heavy of a presence outside. You're going to hold the bomb out there, too.
This is something we see so often. I mean, if you have the right player who wants to do... Oh, that's such a nade. Lee has his heart. And Naf is also in the big garage, so there's just a heavy focus outside right
Naf
now.
would take this angle.
Right? Just like
That's
can't
such-
follow back at
Such a
all.
Naf angle.
But he gets away. And yeah, they'll do what they can. They invest a little bit, as Renegades always do. They don't just let rounds go away for free completely. Aggressive posturing on almost every choke point here from the CTs.
Remember from talking to Liquid, they really like the fact that Stewie's become a really solid Nuke and ramp player. For someone who wasn't playing it when he joined the team,
Yeah.
they were talking about how happy they were, that how pleased they are with how good he's gotten on this map and in that position.
That's a big deal. It's just because it feels like it's just that you don't have a nuke right now, you can't be the top 2, top 3 team. So
There's a lot of teams now playing Nuke that are trying to bring it into their pool, which
Like
like
MIBR?
you said, gives you a really good opportunity if you become good on Nuke.
MIBR's trying to bring it into their pool. They've
Yeah.
even said that. And
They've been trying since February. They've been trying a lot of things.
things are
this year.
interesting.
you do a little better.
They're
every day,
looking.
you know?
It's baby
They're-
steps.
Try, just step here.
They're going the
step
Bill
there.
Murray route.
Eventually, you get to where you want to go.
They're looking pretty good. They're looking pretty good.
It's the ultimate
There's-
sign of opulence to have 4 AKs on the CT side. They have an op on NAF as well. What kind of spawn is this guy working with that he's rocking the op here? Okay, he's just... holding down outside. They're not going to have a leash playing secret this round. Smoke, did that miss? It landed on top of him? Oh, no, maybe it's just
dear.
yeah, that's specific.
Yeah,
so they
it's
can
a
drop
design.
off of Mini. So, I mean, that can be called as well. So we'll see if that poses to be a problem. And they've got one walking into secret. Nitro going to go off the sound alone and do a ton of damage. But wow, Naf, as prepared as he was not ready for that peak. And Alige also tries to help out his teammate and his team by trading, but can't do that.
Leach got ahead of himself, pre-aimed without clearing red box. That could have been a one fight. That could have turned things. Just losing a ball, aren't they?
Damn,
Yeah, this
well,
has not gone well for Team Liquid at
They
all.
clap back.
Yeah, they're not in a bad position whatsoever. 2
There
on
we go.
3. Ozzo's low as well.
And that was a few seconds off being a great nade. But it also just tells Renegades, hey, you just can't come up here without us knowing.
The bomb is back in T-spawn, though, and Liquid obviously can't know that, but it really slows down the Renegades' options. And that could actually change, that could change a lot.
CT entering ramp, not something you see every day. And the bomb can no. I guess now they're going to be more worried about lower than anything else, just because they're like, why was he there? But wow, Jacob is just wow. Happy to look for 2 players here, not just that one. And
Oh, wow.
don't know exactly what happened there. Nitro half blinds.
It's a nice win for Renegades.
Like-
It's a scrappy run. I actually think the bomb being dropped back there might have helped them a little bit.
Sometimes that happens, right?
Because Liquid had no idea where the end up was, because it was just it's a weird situation to read.
Like, why aren't these assholes planting?
Yeah, why aren't they on a bomb site yet?
Or are you just hanging out in the locker room?
Double off
hell.
setup.
Why are you spinning that towel?
Whoa, hold on now. No, this is like a normal locker room. It doesn't have like a shower in there, does it? Like in hell?
There's just lockers.
Yeah,
and
it's
a
just
bench,
locker, yeah.
Maybe a few hard hats.
Yeah, you know. Nobody's got to be naked.
A few hazmat suits.
Is that what the lack of a shower means? in
Oh
the
yeah,
locker?
there's JKS down vents again.
Yeah, he's gotten there quick. And last time they used this to crutch ramp, if we remember
Are they going to
correctly.
re-smoke outside? But this guy's pushed.
Alige is just going to keep pushing if he doesn't see anyone
What do you
soon.
call this spot? We have an unacceptable name for this that I won't repeat on camera.
This would surely have to be Glaive spot.
Well, now you've piqued everyone's interest, James. Thank you so much.
So you think Alicia's going to flank if he sees this ramp push?
I'm
maybe?
actually kind of amazed he hasn't even started pushing and
Yeah.
checking.
So Stewie's going to definitely talk about this, and they have a turnpike player. They're holding down the correct locations. JKS, is he in a spot to flank? Smooya gets a kill. Oh my god, what a shot from Stewie. He's hitting
Stewart.
absolutely
Azza.
everything today.
God damn.
Later.
That's sick.
And JKS, no, he doesn't even.
It's got to be so frustrating, though, running into both ops in ramp room. What a you all.
JKS is like, guys, I thought we were going upper.
Stewie lives for those exclamation points. He's already had one of them.
He does.
Crazy thing is, like, I don't even think they realized that JKS got down. Again.
Yeah.
Like, remember the first time that happened? That
'Cause-
worked so perfectly.
Yeah, because Stewie, he was sitting in spots where he could have just got shot by JKS, so.
But he went
makes
aggressive,
sense.
right? So instead of opping and falling, he went back up on the rail and got 2 more, right?
That's true, yeah.
Yeah,
After
well,
the
he only
kills
went
came in,
aggressive because this time he had Naf at the corner with him.
Turnpike. So,
If Naf hadn't been there, he would have dropped into lower, and that's when
Yeah.
JKS would have got him.
Yeah, he would have gave up that fight for sure.
I can't wait for Jake to come after the game and be like, yo, did you see that op 3K at ramp? I guarantee you.
Yeah, I'd bet that happened. I'm just going to.
Sounds like Stewie.
what'd you think of that op 3K?
I mean, we
this
all
was-
went, ugh!
Yeah, the third shot was just so fast.
Well, see, that's what threw me off
Oh,
for a second. I don't know why. I just kind of. Anyway.
Come on,
through
DJ.
quick, fast shot. So 14-8, and Renegades have the one round in this half. Is that right? You get a quick tab. 2. Okay.
What's the money sitch? Renegades get 1,900 for loss here?
Jacob's below 1K
No,
now.
Renegades get 2,400?
Jacob invested a lot comparatively.
What's up,
They're
Jason?
playing the long game. Maybe
But- Okay, so if they save here, they have. I guess they have great loss.
what
bonus,
kind of
so
strat would you call here, Launders?
If I was on,
14-8 and you have like low buy?
I like ramp with pistols because I know a lot of teams are going to play one-player ramp, especially when it's anti-eco, since they don't need to hold it.
They are going back to Stewie after that
outside
round.
Oh my god,
smokes.
there's a
A liege.
leash outside.
He's
no.
about to have a
tight
great
on this
time.
angle. He can fall to the right through the smoke, but there's T's actually coming up that way. So does he know what's going on? They've cut noise completely.
This is interesting.
He's got
Yeah.
cover from the smoke wall, right?
This is crazy,
like
man.
this.
This smoke is going to come up in a few seconds. I was going to hear that. The running T's at the upstairs going to call his teammates. Oh my God! Leah catches them completely off, and it's still only 2 T's, but that was a crazy round so far. Now it's a 2v2. One goes out of the sky. Stewie falls into the site. He's flashing off of the back of it. He got the Falmus out. The flash doesn't do much. But the 2 T's left over. One's got a
Look at his
deagle,
health.
one's half HP. He's extremely low. Shroud would win this for sure.
Jesus.
And there's the first kill. And
Stewie. And so would Stewie. How about that?
I mean, that's insane. All right, fair enough.
You just jinxed it in favor of Stewie.
Holy
He's feeling
hell.
man,
Yo,
Dude, that's such a tilt too. The
completely prescient,
Because
right?
you envision this too when you hear that guy. Who was it
Shut
that
the
died
fuck
from Team Liquid outside initially?
It was
Elish.
Elish.
Was it Leash?
I pushed to T-Red.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, yeah.
T-Red. Oh,
To
man.
Smooya.
I
Smooya.
can't believe he just called
Smooya
JK.
turned
He
around.
just knew within a
Yeah,
second.
that's insane.
He just knew within a fucking second.
He called that.
That was sick, man.
Hold the smoke. Oh, it might get canceled.
So for the audience, can we now get confirmation if Liquid wins this round now? Then Renegades is out. Because I feel like I've been saying this for the last 4 games.
How many wins do they have?
No, yeah, I think this is
They-
definitely the Liquid
One?
conversation now.
No, the Renegades have
2 or 3?
Well, what do we say? They have 2 wins, 3 wins.
I forget.
I'm pulling it up.
We
Right
just knew that Liquid needed to Renegades needed to win out.
now. All right.
But then this is still important to Liquid, obviously, because they need to win 4-0.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
they can't lose today.
Nice
That's
shot.
a nice shot.
Renegades have 2 wins. Ghosts
And
have
6.
3.
Yeah.
Oh, he's mad. Let's move you to trade at least for something. Maybe a consolation prize at best. Leash, a third
Yeah.
player that shows up at ramp into Turnpike to kill outside, and that leaves Jacob alone to defend his team's honor.
Whoa.
And he's
God.
doing a hell of a job.
Wait,
Naf kills
Naf
himself.
craters. Sometimes.
That helps quite a bit. I mean, we could have something
He
here.
knows.
Might be something of a highlight, but Nitro just kind of out in the open, and that's a 16-8, a very dominant second half for Liquid as they close this out. On the road to potentially like securing their semi spot. I mean, a map that was important for both sides, but
There you go.
at this point,
Came
so-
out looking good today.
Okay, so we look at the standings here. Vitality and ENCE have played all their matches, 8-2 and 5-5 for them respectively, which is kind of crazy for ENCE, but they're still above the line. Ghosts are at 3 wins. Renegades are at 2. Renegades have 2 more matches. If they win, and so let's see, with this loss, okay, this is where it gets. So Liquid have 3 wins. Renegades have 2 right now. And Liquid have 6 or 4 more maps to play. So
Launders, take a moment, gather yourself.
Yeah,
confused.
break,
Figure it
let's
out
just
on your
everybody
own.
slow down.
Renegades.
And
Everybody
then
just
you
slow
can
the fuck
present
down.
us with the information.
Boom. No, wait. No,
Well,
right
we're
here.
probably
Look,
gonna
Launders.
standings
Launders,
here.
break it down this way. Launders, break it down.
Oh,
this way.
here we go.
Oh, that's even smaller now.
Ah, shit.
Bloody hell.
So
Vitality's 8-2. They're good.
okay, this is the update. So one more
Yeah.
round here where Liquid and Renegades could play. So could either
So this
be
is confirmed now that we have Renegades and Ghosts are both eliminated.
Man,
100%.
I don't like that graphic.
Yeah,
So maybe we
well,
can change it to like blue or something a little less aggressive there.
well,
It's
Yeah.
Christmas colors.
It is
That's
Christmas
true.
colors.
That's true.
That's true.
But it's
Yeah.
not Christmas for Ghosts. I'll tell you that.
We're
much,
almost
unless they got
math-
cold.
Yeah,
Almost
you motherfuckers got
mathematically
a
is-
lot of cold this year.
Yeah, it's Christmas and
Yo,
monster
jeez.
colors.
That's true. It's Christmas and Monster Colors too.
Christmas and monster colors.
That's gonna be Trace showing why
Oh,
he's
man.
valuable.
What?
No, but one thing that Trace is really good at.
Hold on, now it ain't about me being really good.
No,
what we
here.
should be talking about
You wanna hear
is
this?
getting ready for the next
That's
map.
what I mean. You know what you're really good at?
T-
Throwing to break.
Yeah,
Is
let's
that-
see your best
y'all-
throw to a
y'all-
break. Let's see. Let's
Hold on, don't
compose
look at me.
yourself. Pull yourself together for 5 minutes during these days.
Okay.
I know how loud he gets on.
All right,
the
ladies
pickup.
and gentlemen, thank you. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to get too loud here. The reality is, yes, we do have to go to a break, and unfortunately, that means that we have to leave you for just a few minutes while we all kind of gather ourselves here, kind of go over the segment that we just had, maybe review it, maybe look at some of the demos and the VODs available online, James being that mediating party. But in the meantime, get ready for the next map of the series. Don't go anywhere. It's Renegades Liquid.